Maybe TV, aka me TV, aka I got Blooded Kings, and you should know by now that the Miami Heat has taken over basketball. This is NWO time for those who don't understand what's going on. And we all know how that storyline ended, did we not? How it hurt an entire franchise. And it's going to hurt the NBA if you ask me. But that's not just the only reason why the NBA is messing up. And I'm going to talk about today. But before I get started, I want to talk to you guys, you Miami Heat fans. Now, I want to say congratulations to the real Miami Heat fans. That's right, the ones that were there before LeBron James got there, okay? There's the people I want to talk to and say congratulations, all right? You guys deserve it. But the rest of you fake-ass fans, there's something wrong with you. And we're going to talk about this today. Now, as we all know, the fix was in, all right? It really was. We knew exactly what was going to happen in these finals, all right? Now, I predicted that it would go 7 games. A lot of people in the media said it would go 6. But then after about games 2 or 3, and we started to see these calls, we knew what was going on. We knew how this was going to go. And that's what killed the finals. It wasn't just because the Miami Heat won. No. All right? It was bad officiating all around for both teams. And you Heat fans got back to me on Twitter saying, look, I can't believe this is happening. You know, we want to win, but we want to win clean. I can't stand this. One of you guys sent me saying, sent me a message saying, I don't know whether to throw my jerseys out or burn them, because this is horrible. It's a travesty to basketball the way the Heat are being treated. And this is from Heat fans. This is not from non-Heat fans. It's from Heat fans, all right? So it goes to show you that Heat fans do care about basketball, unlike the people who just want to win or see LeBron, get his ring. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But first, we got to start with the Miami Heat when it comes down to the actual celebration. You got to be kidding me. So you win, and then you have Chris Bosh doing this. You know what the funny part is? So many people recorded with Chris Bosh how he was celebrating, and the Bulls. This is just one of many fan reactions to when Chris Bosh celebrated.
Look at the face chain. Dog, this nigga is homo. Dog, look at this shit, dog. Look at this nigga, dog. Look at this nigga. Look at dog.
And during their celebration on the court, what happens? They have their interview, and then they start making fun of the New York Knicks.
Don't forget New York. They said we can lose to New York too. New York. I don't remember that as much.
So instead of being appreciative and talking to the media about how hard it was to get there, and it was a long road, and how, there was times where you were down to Indiana and Boston, and you came back and you showed perseverance, you know what I mean? What did you do? You decided to go the arrogant route and start bagging on teams that you beat in the first round. This is why people don't like the Miami Heat, all right? That's what you have to understand. It's arrogant and it's classless as far as I'm concerned. Now, I want to talk to you little fans out there who think all of a sudden that you're Miami Heat pros and that, you're a big fan of the Heat and LeBron James on them. We'll talk about this, all right? Because for the previous couple days, you guys have been going into my videos from 2 years ago. 2 years ago, that's right. And saying, oh, you're just a hater. You're just mad because he left the Cleveland Cavaliers. First off, let's get something straight here, all right? I've done enough videos and told you guys on camera time and time again, I'm not mad that he left the Cleveland Cavaliers, all right? It's the way he left. That's what pisses me off. And then all of a sudden, it started building, that arrogance. And then we saw what happened to what it is today. That's what pisses me off. It has nothing to do with leaving Cleveland. And then I have to keep hearing from you guys, oh, well, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they didn't have any pieces when he played with them. Are you serious? Look, I don't want to get into this whole Cleveland Cavaliers thing, but if we have to, I'll play your game real quick, all right? Now, how about this? We're talking about the same Cleveland Cavaliers that the 3 years before, LeBron James left, for 3 years straight, the media said was the best team in the NBA and was primed to win championships. LeBron had all the pieces that he needed. That's what the media said. And when LeBron quit on them in the playoffs and he decided to leave, then all of a sudden it was, he doesn't have the pieces. And then all you guys can say, well, he had an aging Shaq and he had Jameson and all these guys and they weren't doing anything. Understand that it has been noted that LeBron James, before they decided to sign these people, he said okay to them because he thought that they were enough to win. So if you're going to blame anybody, you have to blame the front office and LeBron, because you should know by now they weren't making any moves without LeBron's okay on it. Understand that. But you don't want to hear that, do you? You just want to keep saying that the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't have enough pieces, which is garbage, all right? Because as we all know, the media hyped them up to the moon. So I'm not trying to hear it. And they got to a finals, all right? It's just the Spurs were just that much of a better team that year. That's all it was. But people want to keep blaming the Cleveland Cavaliers for some reason. And then you guys come up, well, what do you have a problem with? He's improving himself, and that's a good thing. Why are you so mad? Why won't you give him credit? First off, I'm not giving credit to somebody for something they're supposed to do. It's his job to improve. Don't you understand that? That's what he's supposed to do. And you know what? I'm getting real tired of hearing about his improvement and how his post game, because he went to Hakeem Olajuwon. You know what? We've seen this with Dwight Howard. Now we're seeing it with Amari Stoudemire. I'll put it like this. What legends, what kings and chosen ones, all right? What players do you know back then went to other legends for help? What legends? I want to know this, all right? Because those legends back then, they didn't have that. No, they practiced hard, and the only people they had to listen to were coaches, all right? They weren't legendary basketball players. They worked hard at it. That's what it came down to. And don't tell me a 3-time MVP needed to go back and get help. I'm not trying to hear that. And that goes with a lot of them. It's not just LeBron. No, you got Dwight Howard, who's also, like I said, these are guys who are superstars in this game. Hence the word superstar. Starting to remind you of wrestling now, isn't it? Exactly. Like I said, superstars. Larger than life, and I'm going to say characters. And you need to go back to work on your game. You're in the NBA. You're in your prime. You're supposed to be the best at your field right now. You're going to tell me you still need help? And you can't do it on your own? You can't learn on your own? You need somebody else who's a legend to help? That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, it's not about improvement. It's look at the way things are going. And that's the problem today. But you know what? We're going to talk about this a little bit more, because I'm telling you, basketball fans, you're not even basketball. And this is how you tell, all right? Because everyone is so quick, and this goes for not just, regular fans, but we're talking about the media as well. Everyone comes out and says, congratulations, LeBron James. Congratulations, LeBron James. But you never heard anybody when you have Mr. Fab Five, that's right, Michigan, Juwan Howard sitting on the side. No one congratulates him. How is that possible? That is a tragedy. That is blasphemy at its finest. You have to be kidding me that you're going to sit here and congratulate LeBron James when you got Juwan Howard, who's been in this league and who has set trends and tones, all right, since college. I'm not trying to hear that. It's garbage. But you know what? I'm not surprised at you meat wagoners, all right, because there's no reason I should be watching the Phillies game and this happens.
And the way they are.
The fuck? What is that? What kind of meat wagon shit is that? Let alone LeBron. LeBron don't even know you.
So now we have grown-ass men going out in public now, all right, and hold up signs professing their love for men, for athletes they don't even know. You have to be kidding. This has to stop. This is getting out of hand, and I'll put it like this. I don't know what's happened to sports fans. You know what? It's almost like we talked about this on Twitter. Sports fans and video game companies. The ass-kissing can be interchangeable at this point. You cannot say anything these days, online or whatever, without somebody getting overly defensive or getting offended. You gotta be kidding me. All right? There's no look. If I go to a basketball court right now and say, LeBron James sucks, you know what dude's gonna look at me doing this? It's his opinion, it's his opinion. I say that online, and all of a sudden, you have all these people come out the woodwork and, don't you talk about LeBron James? Get out of here with that, man. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I don't understand this. It has to stop. It does. But that's not, no. The more meat riding that we keep seeing now, ESPN has said, check this out, ESPN has said since LeBron James has won his first ring, that they guarantee that he will win 7 more rings. 7. You have to be kidding me. This is the same people who said that the Miami Heat weren't even going to win this year. All right, these are the same people who got the conference finals wrong, the regular finals wrong. They had all these things wrong, but all of a sudden they're going to guarantee that he wins 7 rings. Stop this. And then you have the really big bandwagoners that don't even know the damn sport. When you start asking, I put it like this: when you start saying, and this was from some chick, all right, she says, "My boo LeBron James," mind you, she don't know him, all right, but he's her boo apparently, all right. She wishes him luck that he's going to get his first ring tonight. This is when it happened in the finals. Tonight, in the Super Bowl. People are just jumping on the wagon now, just to jump on it. This is crazy, and it's getting out of hand. People in Miami at the radio station were saying that the bandwagoners have overshadowed the real fans. I'm telling you, it has to stop. Miami, you have to get your people under control. And it's not only that. Now that you had your parade, it was reported here on NBC 10 that half your people didn't even show up to the parade because they didn't want to leave the beach. What's going on out there? This is crazy, you know what? And the thing is, it makes basketball look bad. So bad that even Phil Jackson has come out and said that basketball isn't even worth watching these days.
When we were in Montana, the playoffs were midstream. And it turns out the most successful coach the NBA has ever seen doesn't much like the way his sport is being played these days.
Watching the NBA, not that easy for me. There's very little passing offense that goes into the NBA anymore. Everything's done off the dribble. Everything's a screen roll to a screen roll to a screen roll. So the innovation is very limited in what's going on. I find myself watching hockey playoffs before watching basketball playoff games.
You'd watch the NHL playoffs over the NBA playoffs?
Less commercials, more fun, much more action, yeah.
The NBA is in trouble, and I put it like this: the athletes have become so arrogant, they can learn a thing or two, especially from this Olympian.
You're about to jump out of your skin, you're talking about getting your rings, not sure what that's all about, but describe the moment.
Being an Olympian is the greatest honor that any sport athlete can have, and I have just earned that today. And there have been so many ups and downs, setbacks, but like Dawn said, God is good, and He let me prevail today. I'm so happy.
Now, did you guys hear that? She said that being an Olympian is the highest honor athlete that you can be. These NBA players can learn something from her, all right? Because like I said, it takes years to get to that, to that level. And the blood, the sweat, the tears, the setbacks, all that stuff, whatever you want to call it, it is there. So there's so much emotion when these people make it to the Olympics or win. There's no, oh, well, I'm an elite player and I have to be invited to come out and practice, or it's not going to fit my schedule, so I'm not going to do it, or I'm going to give my gold medal to a casino owner's wife. They don't deserve it. They don't. They're just spoiled brats at this point. That's what they are. You have to be kidding me. You need people out there who are hungry and who want it. These people, they don't want it. And here's the thing, all right? I want to talk about this, all right? Because the link will be in the info bar. For those who don't know, the next time that the Olympics come around, they are talking about getting rid of Team USA when it comes to pro basketball players. For those who don't know, all right? The NBA is getting ready to start their own World Cup of basketball. That's right. Why? Because they can make more revenue off of it. So they're going to take the best players that they deem are the best players in the world, all right? Or the best players in America. Take them off Team USA and put them into the World Cup. Do you understand what's going on? It doesn't get any more un-American than that, all right? You're taking people who could be the best to represent our country, all right? Our country. And you're going to take them away so that you can make more money. That's what you want to do. And this is all David Stern's little plan. You understand this, right? Like I said, the link is in the info bar. I am so sick of David Stern, and yet everyone just lets it go by. And I'm talking about media. Yeah, you guys. Because you never jump on him. You sit here and praise him. Everything he's done for the NBA. You know what? It's garbage, all right? It's a sinking ship at this point, and nobody is taking him away from the captains, from the captain's deck and saying, you know what, someone else has to steer this. Nobody, because it's all about money at this point. It doesn't matter about honor or the way to love of the sport or, backing your country to the full. It doesn't matter to them. It's about paper. That's what it comes down to, all right? But you know what? I want to move on, all right? Because I want to talk about Euro 2012. I want to talk about England versus Italy. Now, you guys talked to me not too long ago about this. A lot of you guys over the UK, you were upset what happened with, you know, England, and a lot of you guys were, you said that you really weren't, you know, that, you know, this is just run-of-the-mill, this happens all the time. Well, you know what, I want to talk about this, because I don't think a lot of people realize just how high-scoring of a game this could have been, all right? In the first half, there were so many opportunities for both teams to score. Like I said, if everyone would have capitalized on their opportunities, this would have been pretty much a shootout. That's what it would have been. But because of missed opportunities and great goaltending, that's what stopped this, all right? And that goes for both teams. You know what? Let's take a look at the first half on how many opportunities were actually blown.
The right back position for the last couple of games. Marquisio to lay it back to De Rossi. Oh, he's on the inside of the post. Oh, didn't get there. What an effort that was from De Rossi. And what a let-off for England.
I wonder if he meant to hit that, and he comes off the outside of his left foot and swerves dramatically away from the goal. He seems to not hit it properly, but does, doesn't he? It's a wonderful strike. He was away celebrating De Rossi. You see, he comes off it so much.
I think Ben Johnson. And drift past players very easy. It's nicely done. This moment to play right across the face of and Dean Johnson's effort is saved by Buffon. England nearly getting a breakthrough as well.
Bursting forward in the field. Here's the opportunity. Glenn Johnson goes out to James Milner. Poor cross, really. Two deflections that fall right into Glenn Johnson's path. Just couldn't take it out here. It's under his foot. You can see that. Can't get the power. But still, good reaction saved by Buffon, and that is important.
Parker down the line. Now then, Rooney. Welbeck waiting in the middle. So too. There's Milner, and it's scrambled behind for the corner.
Yeah, Bonucci played Wayne Rooney on side. You see, he's dropped well deep, and was well on side, Rooney. Welbeck's gone for the near post. Just stop there.
Now, during this game, I did know that Wayne Rooney was coming off of a suspension, so I was worried on whether, you know, it would affect his game or not, because it's been a long time. However, in this play, he gets beat off the jump, and then later complains about it.
Here on this round. Towards Rooney, was beaten in the air that time by Bonucci.
But regardless of complaining, it doesn't stop Rooney from trying to get to the net.
And played it in towards Rooney, who spreads the play. England are playing well here and looking threatening. Johnson again. Rooney! Couldn't keep his head down. They're knocking on the door though.
Yeah, I didn't know whether it's a Barty. He does so well. If Rooney gets a free header, he should have scored. He should have scored. Diving header, nice height. Barty gets his foot right across his face to put him off. It was a lovely ball in by Glenn Johnson.
It was only a brave header, wasn't it? But Rooney, in his Manchester United form of this season.
As the second half ends, we go into extra time, and I want to say that I want to credit both goalkeepers for playing such great defense, on top of course, a lot of missed opportunities that could have went, you know, either way. However, I will say this. As extra time went on, it seems, unlike the first half, the players actually got stronger during the extra time and still more blown opportunities.
Oh, lovely ball, Montenegro to Balotelli. Big chance, not taken.
A bit like that. Easy ball through, lovely ball by Montenegro. Balotelli did well actually, he had to get over the ball quick, didn't he? And he did. Right at Joe Hart.
England make here. This is a bit more promising. Rooney, back to Welbeck. And he wastes the chance. Not even close, really. Lovely move, though.
Lovely move. Picking up the ball in halfway line. It's all about pace, isn't it? Great ball by Rooney. Flicked it back to his teammates. Opens his body's up. He's just trying to place it in the far right-hand corner. Opened his body up. Just wide.
Balotelli again into Cassano. Little pocket of space, good effort. Stung the hands up of Joe Hart.
Again, they've been warned, England. Lovely ball by Mario Balotelli. Cassano, quick turn. Catches hold of that one. They're the team on the front foot.
Pirlo. Abate placing it there. Balotelli attacking it. Couldn't finish it up. I'm not sure if he got the last touch. If he did, that's a miss.
And the referee's give a corner here.
That's what I was wondering.
You can't really see there. This is a better angle, I think. I don't know whether it's Julian Lescott cleared in. Balotelli's just frustrated. He gives the post a right good kicking there.
But it's happened. Bilo to play this one in. Hart. That's a punch to it. Playing again. And oh! What's a miss by Rossi? Well.
And funny enough, he was with his left foot as well, the one he hit in the first half, which he struck really well. He's well offside, keeps his eye on it, and then just pulls it, doesn't he? Oh, what an opportunity. Scott Parker knows it was a great opportunity for De Rossi. He's got his hand
Bilo again. Balotelli to Cassano. Abate. And a good looking ball in, and well defended indeed.
Yeah, but then by John Terry, very important. Two lovely crosses by Abate this side of the pitch. Lovely flights on that, trying to pick on Balotelli.
Oh, hard to stretch. Balotelli! Balotelli! Oh, and somehow England survive again. But for how much longer?
Yeah, defensively England switched off. Quick free kick. Yet again a pole shot by Cassano. Good save by Joe Hart. Balotelli does well. Balotelli chair. Onto Levo. Should have scored. Despairing Glenn Johnson's eye probably put him off. Defenders are on the halfway line, and he's had 3 or 4 crosses in the second half.
Balotelli laid it down and tried the overhead kick. Seen that before. Losing count of the number of opportunities.
Good strength by Mario Balotelli. John Terry pressurising him. Good strength, control, flicked it up, made something himself. Really good play. Unlucky in the end.
Wayne Rooney. Walcott gets his first involvement. Deflected in towards Carroll, and then actually big chance. He claims a corner kick. It is a corner.
I think it was a block by Barzali in the end. Ian falls lovely, doesn't it? Sits up. Throwing the bodies in the way, it's the soul of Barzali's boot. Just takes one effort like that, Neil Walcott.
That's the danger of Ridley. Drifting towards Rooney, and a great time, it didn't touch anybody. You've seen that so many times with the goalkeeper wrong-footed and the ball creeping in. Would have been Gerrard's goal, I fancy.
Yeah, great speed in Gerrard delivery. Wayne just needed to touch that on, didn't he, really? But as you said, pressurised well actually by
Marquisio. Oh! It was Nocerino with a great piece of control.
great touch control. Well done, Glenn Johnson. Followed him across. This is lovely, that, and the spin. Would have had Joe Hart and all kinds of problems. Glenn Johnson follows.
A little time, let it go. Rooney plays it. Carroll. Rooney again. Promising from England here. Ashley Young. Now Ashley Cole. Towards the back post. Carroll can't reach it. And then Rooney over the top of the bar. But you did wonder for a second or two there.
You know, Rooney, I think he just catches it with his toe here rather than his laces. Good run by Ashley Cole. Lovely ball in. Andy Carroll does what he has to do, get it back. And he just catches it with his toe, doesn't he? Just needs to let it drop a little bit more. There it is, and catch it with his laces.
Gerrard to play it in. Goes a long way to left it in. Backs up anyway. Chaos for a moment there.
That's all it takes for one good delivery again. Steven Gerrard. As the officers give it for Jordan, that's offside, I think, straight away.
He was, wasn't he, too?
down the stretch in extra time, it seemed Italy became more and more aggressive while England, focused more on their defense. However, I will say in this play coming up, I want to credit England's defense because this is a beautiful defensive trap, all right? Because Balotelli, he's coming in, pretty much he's coming in fast and furious, and the way they trap him, they don't give him much space to operate, and when you have a goalkeeper who can telegraph where he's going, it goes to show you that he doesn't even have to do much. All he has to do is just pretty much bend down and pick up the ball.
Passing the pace well, Balotelli. Mario Balotelli, straight up, Joe Hart.
Yeah, he's just trying to find a yard of space.
But it doesn't deter Italy as they keep firing on all cylinders.
He tried to find Nocerino at the far post, but they hit everybody in the end.
Whoa. Second time that post has come to Joe Hart's rescue tonight. First from Rossi, now Diamante.
At the end of the second half of extra time, Italy finally finds the back of the net. The problem with that, though, is they get called for offsides.
Diamante.
Thousands of people were on their feet in the stadium thinking this was the moment to decide it. Yeah, good play by Balotelli. Just offside, isn't it? Great decision in the end. But the assistant referee. Good play by Balotelli to Diamante.
At the end of extra time, we end up going to penalty kicks. And for those who know, England has a curse right now when it comes to penalty kicks. That's right. So let's see exactly how this plays out against Italy. First, I want to say congratulations to Italy. They were the stronger team. They're the team that deserved to go forward. Okay, and I want to say they were more aggressive, especially in the second half on. However, England, I'm quite disappointed the fact that the way this ended. I'm not saying because, you don't have enough talent. No. But when you're in penalty kicks, all right, and you have a curse amongst you, this is something that has to be worked on. This is something that should have been taken care of by now. That is the only problem I have with England right now. However, both teams had great offensive chances, so you can't really jump on them about it. Both teams played great defense. This was an evenly matched game until you saw the difference in aggression. And that's what it came down to. And it's quite odd for me to watch because I'm used to England being a dominant team and also, being more aggressive. But Italy showed exactly what they can do. They were not going to be fooled. And I put it like this. There's been a lot of questions about Italy. Should they change their style of play since they won, to keep, advancing forward? I don't think they should. All right? If it works, you stick with it until somebody comes up with a better way to stop you. That's what it comes down to, all right? So Italy, I'll put it like this. You get my respect. I've said before that Italy's a great team. England, you also get my respect. But I can see why a lot of people in the UK are very upset at the penalty kicks. Like I said, it's something that has to be taken care of. Now, I do want to move on to the Olympics, all right? Because that angers me even more. For those who did not see what happened at the U.S. trials, all right? There's no way that you let a guy, when you're beating him by a mile, you let him pass you. You don't do that. You don't slow down purposely to wave this guy on. And for those who did not see it, let's take a look at that real quick.
In search of the world record in the decathlon. Just an 80-second last lap with getting the American record. This crowd is hoping for a world record. And the crowd rises to their feet now as he begins his journey down the back straightaway. And you can see he's starting to pick it up. He's starting to go to his arms a little bit more. He's not close to Joe Detmer. And I told you, Detmer is a 4:05 performer. He doesn't need anything close to that. 3:28, right about where he needed to be. And he is gaining ground as they come into the turn for home. Curtis Beach well in front. But Ashton trying to gut it out here in the 1500. The 10th event of 2 days of competition with the decathlon. And a world record within his grasp. Here he comes to the home straightaway. And the crowd is urging him on. And he's sprinting hard for the finish. Ashton sprinting for the line. Trying to set the world record. Beach says, come on and get it. And here he is across the line. He's got it.
Now look, I have a real problem with that because you have to understand this is the trials coming to the Olympics. This is the highest form of competition. You do not slack off and give him the win. You don't do that, all right? We already know, all right, the top 3 finishers will make up the, the U.S. Olympic team. That's how it works, okay? But you don't give him the record. He did not earn it. And that's what bothers me because everyone said, oh, he did it. No, he was given the record. There's a big difference, and everyone wants to kiss this guy's ass all of a sudden. No, I'm not trying to hear this. It is a joke that went down, and people should be mad about this, all right? This is competition. I mean, you don't give somebody the record book. You don't do that. He has to earn it. Was he running strong? Yes. But it's clear that guy stopped and waved him on. You have to be kidding me. That is not the way you do things, okay? He could have finished. He's beating him by a mile. He could have finished that. He was in stride. He slowed down. Don't tell me that he didn't slow down. There's no way, all right? It's ridiculous. It's a joke. It made a mockery. I'm sorry, it did. It made a mockery of what that competition is all about, as far as I'm concerned. It's ridiculous. Now, I want to move on, all right? Because I want to talk about Philadelphia Flyers, all right? Yeah, now look, for those who don't know, Philadelphia Flyers traded James Van Riemsdyk, JVR, right? All right, we all know this because we needed, defense, and we got a defender in Shen. That's fine. That's not the problem I have with what the Flyers did. What I have a problem with, and the link will be in the info bar for you guys, okay? They lied to him, telling him he had nothing to worry about, that he wasn't going to be traded, and then they traded him, all right? Now, here's the thing. Now, it was on the eve, 1 year to the day, that they traded Mike Richards and Jeff Carter and lied to them and said, you have nothing to worry about. So now we're the Philadelphia liars, as far as I'm concerned. You have to be kidding me. You can't do the same thing to, another person and not have any type of responsibility. Flyers fans, this is what I'm talking about. The organization is making themselves look bad. This is not right. All right? You don't lie to athletes. You don't give them a handshake and say, it'll be okay, you're not going anywhere, and then you trade them. And then Paul Holmgren comes out and says that this deal was in the works for 2 months. But you told this guy and his agent that they had nothing to worry about. See, that's wrong. That is backstabbing to the fullest. And of course, JVR is taking the humble route and saying, I love Paul Holmgren, I'm not going to say anything bad about him. But that's not right. It's absolutely not right. Flyers, you're messing up. I mean, seriously, that's fans should be upset and they should be held accountable for what they're doing. This is the second year in a row. And they traded Bob, of course. It's crazy, all right? But you know what? I'm so done with the Flyers. They do this as it looks like it's going to be consistency. Every offseason, they're just going to mess up the order and screw everything up. And they keep talking about how, oh, it's got to be chemistry. You can't get chemistry if you keep getting rid of people. You can't, all right? It's ridiculous. I'm just so sick of this, all right? Off-season, I've become numb at this point to off-season moves when it comes to the Flyers. I really have. It's a joke. It is. Anyways, I need to move on real quick. I need to talk about the Phillies. For those who don't know, last night, Chad Qualls blows another game. He is the rally killer. You have to be kidding me. There's no way we can be down by that many runs, rally back, and now it's an 8-7 game. They bring you into the game, and you give up more runs. And here's the thing. Here's the beauty, Phillies fans, all right? Because after all was said and done, today, Savory, yeah, he got optioned to AAA while Qualls stays. How is this possible? Unless another report came out that I didn't see. I mean, seriously, there's no way that he can blow these games and stay in Major League Baseball. This guy should be optioned somewhere else. He shouldn't even be optioned for baseball at this point. And, so many, baseball fans, Philly fans were mad last night. We showed it on Twitter. We were pissed because there's no way you can have that type of rally. And we were down so many runs. To have that type of rally, the Pirates pretty much gave it to us, all right? And then he comes in and blows it and seems to not care at all. Why do you keep putting this guy in, all right? Ruben Amaro should have come out last night and addressed this, and he didn't. Right now, he's on the hot seat. It's not Charlie, because Charlie's only putting out players that he can work with. That's all he has. You get what I'm saying? So it's not just him. You have to look at Ruben Amaro at this point. There needs to be questions answered. There's no reason why Chad Qualls should still be on this team. It is ridiculous. And Freddie Galvis, let me tell you something, all right? Because you got caught, and I'm going to put it like this, guys. Got caught, all right, with PEDs, all right? 50-game suspension. He got caught. And a lot of Philly fans are saying, well, he's the second Philly to ever get caught. No, he's not. Correction. Mike Schmidt came out and said that he was using PEDs when he played, all right? Link will be in the info bar for that. You also had J.C. Romero, who got caught, with PEDs, and he got suspended. And he, says to this day that, I put it like this. When they do these, all right, when they have these type of lists, that stuff that you can and can't take, it constantly changes, okay? This is what the MLB does. It constantly changes. So whatever J.C. Romero was taking had some type of steroid use in it, and I put it like this. A lot of people say that he was warned beforehand to stop taking them, and he didn't. He says he wasn't warned. So it's his word versus theirs. Now we're hearing with Freddie Galvis that, there was talk when I was in the studio in 97.5, and I showed you guys, the pictures on Twitter when I was with Darren Dalton in the studio. They were talking about in the studio how Freddie Galvis may have contracted that through sexual intercourse. All right? So now, trending right now, Freaky Freddy, as far as I'm concerned. You got to be kidding me. All right? If that is true, then, which I don't think is true at all, okay? I don't think it's true at all. But I'll put it like this. If that's true, then you have to give the guy a pass. But he says, without a doubt, he did not take anything. He would not take anything. And he doesn't believe that he's done anything wrong. Of course. Everyone's going to say that, right? All right. So I also put it like this. You should know by now that Freddie Galvis, for what they were reporting at one point, had a broken back. So to have an injury as bad as that and take something for it to get better, I can see people, maybe shrugging it off. But for what I'm hearing, he was taking this before he had injury problems. So we don't know what's going on. All right? Like I said, he says, he said, she said. That's what it comes down to. The fact is, I put it like this. Since he is serving his suspension, Phillies, you have to change your commercial. Because you keep showing the commercial with Freddie Galvis, Young Hopefuls, and Men of Steel. The guy got caught doing, taking something. You got to pull that. I don't know how you let that still stay on the air. You have to pull that. That's ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. I don't understand what's going on here in Philadelphia. Like I said, it's the third Phillies player that's ever happened. He needs to serve a suspension. And I put it like this. He's not the only person because the Red Sox, Marlon Byrd, was caught as well with PEDs, was it last week? All right? So now he's serving a 50-game suspension. Do these guys not know when to stop? How many chances do you need? I don't understand this. All right? Freddie Galvis is a rookie. I can understand that somewhat. But he should know by now, to not do it. He should know, all right? But Marlon Byrd, he's been in the league long enough to know better. You get what I'm saying? He knows. You know what? I'm just done. You know what? I'm done for the day. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out.